Andy Richter is here. He's got his own podcast, Three Questions with Andy Richter, which you can look at. It's got a Wall Street Journal type logo to it, right?
Oh, not anymore. We got a new logo.
You don't have the little drawing of you anymore?
Got a new logo. Yeah.
What do you got? Why are we reskinning this thing?
I don't know. This was gave it a refresh.
Okay.
It was just like, I don't know. I just do as I'm told.
You show up with
much of it. Yeah, with a lot of it. I mean, sometimes I don't. The frustrating thing about the podcast business, after you get lazy and used to like being on, say, a late night talk show, is that thing where you'd be like, well, someone else will do that. Oh, no, they won't.
Not
Not with a podcast. You'll do that.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, it just won't be done. So, okay, I guess I'll call someone and say, will you be on my podcast?
That is the...
Although now that situation has changed recently.
You got a booker?
It's much better. I don't want, but I mean,
you brought it up.
It was shit. I know, but I'm just going to say it was shitty for a while, and now it's great.
We got some changes.
Yeah. Had a little changes.
Are the Team Coco studios, do you go to the Sirius XM building on La Brea, or do you have your own space?
I went there once before the Conan studios were finished.
Oh.
And it was very, and it was also too, Team Coco got bought by Sirius, and I had been told about it a few days before, and they're like, but it's a big secret, don't tell anybody. And so like, okay, you'll be talking to Henry Winkler in the Sirius XM building on the Team I was like, whoa, that's a bit of a tip off,
right?
Whatever, but I only did that once, and then I've been in Conan's new digs in the Hancock Park neighborhood.
Oh, that's right, we did learn that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It was previous to that. Well, I've known the building for years because I used to live in that neighborhood, and it's among a bunch of kind of old, L.A. bungalows. There's this very kind of modern 3-story box that was obviously somebody's live-work space. Mm-hmm. And because, like an architect or something. And I heard it was like an architect and a doctor, a surgeon. Because I used to see a guy and his kids, like, coming in and out of that place. And I stalked the place for years.
Yeah, it sounds like you really...
No.
Wait,
no, I mean,
can I say it was a weird sentence for you to go, because I knew that building.
No, I know, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like, when there's an anachronistic building in your neighborhood... If I may... That you go by 100 times.
When I went to John Hamm's house, he doesn't live there anymore.
Yeah.
But he was up in the large... he was in the Los Feliz area.
Yeah.
And so I was driving on the street, and I was like... Well, good for him, because they looked like humble houses.
Yes.
And then humble house, and then there's one building that stood out from the rest. I go, I bet you that's his, and sure enough. So I know exactly what you're speaking.
Yeah, so it really stuck out.
Yeah.
And I always thought, like, I bet that's really nice to have that much space on these little, Hollywood lot, you know. And then it became the Jane Club, which I don't know, did you ever hear about that? It was a professional women's organization. And just kind of like a place for women to just come and network and have a workspace and have Wi-Fi. And
men were allowed in there.
And a place to have kids. No, men were allowed, but it was mainly for women because there was also daycare. So you could put your kid in there and then also like have meetings.
All right. Was it named after a famous Jane? Because
I got no idea.
Well, I'd like to know.
But it was... But
Jane Krasinski.
Jane Lynch.
Which one's Jane Krasinski? That's the one from 30 Rock?
Malcolm in the Middle?
Oh, that's Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle, yeah.
Jane Krakowski.
Is
the other one. It is confusing. Why were they famous at the same time?
Yeah, one of them should have been non-Polish.
Right? One of them. Use your middle name, ladies.
Ashamed of their Polishness.
Right.
Here.
But like there were, I know Casey Rose Wilson was a part of that, and June Diane Raphael. So it was like a lot of comedy women were kind of in on it.
Yeah, I'd have 3 names.
But then they sold it, and they sold it Conan, so it had already been made nice. And it's ridiculous. It's 3 floors. It's like 10% work, 90% hang. It's like a nice hotel lobby everywhere you go. It's absurd.
All right.
It's just like, God bless him, but it's just, it's for him to just, because it's just, Conan gets antsy in the house, and this is just a place for him to go and not bother his family.
Yeah.
And have people hang around and do work,
and he can do his nonsense.
They're still doing stuff.
Grab people's shoulder and
yes,
bother them.
slap them.
Punch Aaron Larriton in the face.
A friend of mine told me that they were I think maybe in Santa Monica, coming out of a cafe, and they saw down the block that they thought, oh, that's Conan O'Brien. And then they saw him slapping the shoulder of the person he was with super hard and thought, oh, that can't be Conan O'Brien. I said, that was definitely Conan O'Brien. That was definitely Conan O'Brien.
That's one of his three moves.
Yes.
Is you get that or you get to you get that.
Well, there's only certain people that he allows to do that. And somebody that he used to beat the shit out of on camera, I don't want to say names but I'll tell you the story, but not the name.
Okay.
Conan used to kick the shit out of this guy on camera. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Right.
Until one day the guy said, it makes my dad sad.
Oh,
beating me up.
No.
So we had to stop.
I know who it is, right? But I can't pull the name.
Right.
Write it down on a piece of paper and show it to me. I must know immediately. And you give me your fucking nickname for your wife.
Oh yeah, you didn't get it.
I must know all these things, or my.
Do you blame Conan for all of your health issues?
It probably
all that shaking and jostling.
Oh, it is. That's what. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's you know who it is too.
I didn't see it, but oh yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that about this gentleman.
Yeah.
I thought this gentleman enjoyed it. I think he liked.
Did not.
I thought he liked being a prop.
He did not.
Okay, good
He
to
did
know.
not. I had conversation with him because, frankly, I didn't like it. I don't.
Yeah.
He never did it to me. I wonder why. But I never liked it, and there were times he calmed it down. But there was a time when it was such an obvious sublimation of mental illness that it got to a point where I was like, I think I'm going to have to say something to him. And then it kind of calmed down.
Luckily,
a
the
little
guy's
bit.
dad got involved.
Yeah. Luckily, a father's sadness put the brakes on.
What a weird. Or his father doesn't even know it exists, but he's sitting at home going, "How do I get this to stop
him?" Yeah.
You know what? I'll blame it on my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I blame it on
The rain.
The rain, of course I do.
Gotta blame it on
And
something.
secondly, society.
Oh sure.
Andy Richter is here. Now you also have you're living in some new digs since I last visited your home.